we're going to talk about, because it's getting to be summertime, and a lot of us live in places where the sun is ever shining. The closer you are to the equator, Australia, uh, South America, the closer you are, it's ever summertime, even if it's winter time, but because you're closer to the equator, so you're getting sun all the time. How to avoid summer skin damage, okay? So number one, how do we avoid skin damage, period, is you are what you eat, food is your medicine, take your supplements, because antioxidants are what helps protect. But what is sun? Okay, sun is radiation, no different than going in and having radiation for cancer. It's inflammatory. How does radiation kill cancer? It's inflaming everything in its path and blowing it up. And so when you're out in the sun, and this is why when people say to me, oh, I'm just going out in the sun to get my vitamin D. No, no, no. Because vitamin D you can take, and it only causes good things. You've got to take it in the right dose. But if you go in the sun, you're inflaming your skin. And what does that inflammation do? As it hits the skin, as it passes deep into the skin, basically it's inflaming. It activates pigment. What causes you to be tan? Well, as you're younger, when you're not so inflamed internally, and when you're not a fine antique or an old computer, as I like to say, what happens is you get an even tan. But as you get older, your melanocytes that are between your dermis and your epidermis are all inflamed. They're hanging on by a thread, and so you start to burn more. They can't protect. That inflammation is penetrating even more deeply. But even when you're young, inflammation, the radiation of the sun is going down, and it hits the DNA that's in every cell's deep in the skin. And what happens when you radiate, whether it's radiation from chemo or whether it's radiation for cancer or radiation from the sun, is it damages the DNA. Does it break it? Does it how badly does it damage it? Sort of depends. And the more anti-inflammatories you're taking internally, the more you're protected. But what's the number one most important thing? Well, number one is everything in moderation, so you should wear a hat. But number two, and you shouldn't be sitting out in the sun, one of the things I love to tell young people is look at your parents and see at their chest, at their face, and see how you're going to age and get brown spots at hands, at arms and legs, because that's what's coming if you don't protect, including your legs everywhere, okay? So, most importantly is sun protection. My Common Repair is one of the highest levels of zinc, which is a sun block. And it does not have any of the inflammatory chemicals. Now, sunscreens, and everything's, the FDA requires everything to be called a sunblock now, but their sunblock is when you have zinc on the surface of the skin that helps. When the sun hits your skin, it reflects it back, so it decreases the penetration. Nothing 100% stops penetration. It's impossible. It's just like no matter how many anti-inflammatories you take, you're going to be inflamed, okay? So that's why more is better. So zinc oxide, okay? That's a thick, thick, thick layer of zinc. That's why you're white, or whatever color that zinc oxide is. My sun protection, you can use it on dark, black skin. You can use it on, it doesn't turn you gray. You use it because it's giving you a layer that, number one, reflects the sun back. And you'll feel that your skin feels less hot when you're out in the sun. When you first put it on, do you feel like it's a little bit thick on your skin for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, let's say? Yes, because that zinc is sitting on the surface of the skin, then it penetrates to a certain extent. So sun protection. Now, Common Repair. what's most important? I tell people, look, you put your sun products, you put your any skin products on your face, your eyelids, your neck, your chest, your hands, your arms, and sun protection, calm and repair, sunblock. You need to put it on your face, around your eyes. You need to put it on your neck. You need to put it behind your neck, because I see people all the time that have sun damage over here called poikiloderma, that is from the sun coming in from driving the car. You need to put it on your chest. This is one of the first places it hits on men and in women. This is why it gets so sunburned. And then you need to put it on your hands to prevent those brown spots and aging hands. People are always complaining about their hands looking old. You need to put it on your arms. If you're wearing shorts, you need to put it on your legs. I have people all the time who come in with skin cancers on their legs, brown spots on their legs. The farther down on your body things are, the harder it is to get rid of them. Okay, so you need to put sunblock everywhere. You don't have to put a lot. It's a lot of zinc. You put a thin layer. Do you have to repeat it when you sweat? Also, SPF 30 versus 50 versus 70 versus 100. The bottom line is any sort of sunblock is sitting on the surface of the skin. When you brush your hair, when you scratch your face, when you do whatever, any sun protection, SPF, anything that's a sunblock is gonna brush off. You have to reapply. When you sweat, it's going in, but it's also, if you're sweating, it's melting off. What do you do when you sweat? You wipe your face off. You're wiping it off. So it doesn't make any difference whether it's 30, 50, 70, 100. What matters is that it's sunblock, okay? 30, they've shown, gives you maximal protection. Now, if you have the kind that's really thick and gooey and it won't come off, it's just gooey on the surface of the skin, and it's more water resistant, okay? Might that last longer? Maybe, okay? But not necessarily. So it's about repeating. Now, sun blocks with zinc. Titanium, as you well know, is considered a nanoparticle. It's considered a heavy metal. I'm no fan of titanium. I'm all about zinc. And for the obvious reasons. What I do not recommend myself, medicine's an art as well as a science, I'm all about non-toxic, I'm all about maximal strength, is I do not recommend the products that have the octals and all the chemical sunscreens, because they have inflammatory ingredients and they're inflaming your skin. So if the sun is inflaming your skin and then you're putting things on there that are inflaming your skin on top of it, you are thwarting what you're trying to protect against. So number one, sun protection. Also, you do care about the future, and the future's going to come back to haunt everybody. And so you do want to wear a hat, especially men who don't have any hair to protect, and women who have thinner hair. Look, I'm always looking for skin cancers in the head, okay? Because women who have lighter hair, blondes, people don't have as much hair, you get skin cancers here as well, okay? You get it in your eyes. You get melanomas in your eyes. All those things matter. So sun is inflammatory. Now, the other thing is this. What else are sunscreens that are healthy sunscreens? My Vitamin C Plus. Strongest one on the market, 95% L-ascorbic, full of L-glutathione. And what does it do? It helps protect against the sun. Incredibly anti-inflammatory. The problem is that the body can't get enough vitamin C. So why you need to take it internally, you put it on the surface of your skin. Helps protect, anti-inflammatory. But when you're in the sun a lot, the body uses it up in a flash. It's why you layer your sun protections. More is better. Makeups, a lot of makeups have SPF 20 in there. That's helping to protect as well. So all those things help protect. Most importantly, no matter what, if you're breathing, you're making inflammatory damage. Sun making inflammatory damage, stress making inflammatory damage. None of us are perfect. We're merely human. So we're going to eat foods that are bad for us. What does it do? It inflames us. So no matter how hard we try to be perfect, we can't be perfect. We're mere humans. And so you've got to exfoliate. Okay, exfoliation is not only key for anti-aging and helping to prevent enlarged pores, acne, pimples, rosacea, pigment building up, but it's also essential to rid the damage that's accumulating. If you're inflamed internally, which we all are, life is an inflammatory event, and we're having the sun hit us, so we've got all this inflammation. What do we need to do? Well, number one, we need to make new collagen because we want to lift and tighten and keep everything as youthful as possible. But we want to use exfoliants that are making new collagen and pushing the old damage up to the surface and getting it off. And so that's my peel. That's my exfoliating repair. Vitamin A+, because what is vitamin A+? It's a push peel. It goes in, it penetrates more deeply, it pushes up. By making new collagen, it's pushing the old damage up. Peel is on the surface of the skin. It's full of anti-inflammatories, it's penetrating, it's melting the old dead skin off. It's forcing new collagen production. So there's a reason that you use all these things. And what does vitamin C do? Vitamin C is essential to make new collagen. So you see why those things are all synergistic and not redundant. And that exfoliation is essential as part of the sun protection, preventing sun damage, preventing aging as an imperative piece of the puzzle. And helping protect yourself and putting it on your entire body, at least your face, your neck, your chest, your hands, your arms, your legs, with wearing shorts, etc., because sun block is essential. And then taking your things internally, and don't add to it by, you do your best to not eat the things that are inflaming you more so than life. And you take your vitamin D, because that helps protect against melanoma as well. And don't burn yourself up, because that helps contribute to melanoma. So I know this will help you. Thank you very much. And knowledge is power. Remember, knowledge is power. Thank you.